Hey, what's happening, guys? Today we are making some keto naan bread. And I don't know about you, but I love naan. I love dipping it into things. I love making naan pizzas with it. I love just eating naan by itself. Now, that said, one of the things, of course, I don't love about naan is how many carbs are typically in it. So that's why we are making today's recipe. We're taking the carbs all the way down to about 4 net carbs per keto naan, which I think is pretty darn low when you're talking about naan bread. Anyway, with that said, let's jump right into the good stuff and I'll show you my go-to low carb keto naan bread recipe. Okay, first things first, we're gonna preheat our oven to 375 degrees. Then we're gonna start adding our dry ingredients for our keto naan to a medium-sized bowl. And as you're seeing here, the first dry ingredient we're adding is 1¼ cups or 140 grams of blanched almond flour. Now, once we've got that added, we're gonna add some unflavored protein powder to give our keto naan a more chewy, bread-like consistency and also to reduce the carb count on our keto naan. That said, for today's recipe, we're gonna be using 2/3 of a cup or 20 grams of this stuff. However, if you don't have this stuff or you don't wanna use it, you can always replace it with a heaping 1/4 cup or 30 grams of more almond flour, and your keto naan will still be banging. Anyway, once we've added that, we're gonna add a teaspoon or 4 grams of baking powder, and then we're gonna add a nice bit of salt as well to add some flavor to our low carb naan. So that's gonna do it for our dry ingredients. Now we're just gonna give them a good whisk until they're combined, and then we're gonna set them aside. Now we're still gonna need a couple more ingredients to make our naan, so in another medium-sized bowl, we're gonna add 1½ cups or 168 grams of some full-fat shredded mozzarella cheese. And then when we've got that in there, we're gonna add 1½ tablespoons or 20 grams of some full-fat sour cream. Then when we've added both of those to the bowl, we're gonna microwave the bowl on and off in 30-second increments until the cheeses totally combine into one another and look something like this. Now, when they do, we're gonna add our warm cheese to the center of our dry ingredients and just start to combine them into one another real quick. Then, after we've done that, we're gonna add a whisked up egg to the bowl, and then we're gonna finish combining our wet ingredients and dry ingredients together with a spatula. Now, our dough is gonna be a bit sticky at this point, so we're gonna add and combine another 1/4 cup or 28 grams of almond flour to it, just so that we can form a really nice ball of dough out of it without the dough sticking to our hands while we do it. Now, once our ball of dough is looking good, we're gonna add it back to the bowl and let it rest for 15 to 20 minutes. Then, after we've done that, we're gonna pull off 1/3 of the dough from the ball at a time and then shape our keto naan out of it. Now, just so you know, sometimes the dough is still a bit sticky at this point when you're trying to shape the naan out of it, but all you have to do to resolve this is just add a little bit of water to your fingers and the dough will no longer stick to them. So once we've shaped our 3 pieces of keto naan from the dough, we're gonna bake them in the oven for around 7 to 8 minutes, and then we're gonna broil them for just about a minute or 2 until they turn golden brown on top. Now, once that starts to happen, we're gonna pull them out of the oven and let them cool down to room temperature. And that, my friends, is how to make some incredibly delicious low carb keto naan. As always, for more info on today's keto naan recipe, check out the video description below, and I'll see you in the next one.